welcome back to the Unbothered Podcast, where we like to chat about the challenge and all things that surround it. And today we have an interview with somebody that you may have seen on the Real World San Diego 2011 cast, or maybe even the second Battle of the Seasons, where she won with three of her fellow castmates. Considering they were all rookies, please welcome Sam McGinn.
Yay!
Welcome,
Guys,
Sam.
thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining
we're
us.
glad to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were kind of talking before we started recording that you are doing a lot of traveling and you love to travel. Are you currently traveling now, or are you at home?
No, I'm sitting in my tiny 300 square foot studio apartment in St. Pete. This is my front door. I had to figure out a way I could get the lighting right and the camera set up to where it wasn't shadowed.
Yeah, ring lights. I'm telling you, $30 on
Oh
Amazon.
No, this is just the overhead ceiling fan light. I wish I had a ring light. I do have a little clip tripod thing that clips onto my desk though, so it helps.
But your lighting's good, so
hey, I love that because it's the only light I have in this room.
Yeah, it works. I mean, we can see you. We can see you clearly. So like I said, we first saw you on Real World San Diego. It was the 2011 season because they had done it in San Diego. I want to say it was, I don't know how many years before, but that was the season.
I think it was I think it was 2000, maybe 2001. I don't know. It was quite a bit before.
Yeah,
I feel old, but yeah, it was in the early 2000s. So I'm sure you've probably talked about this in some other interviews, but I just kind of want to hear you say it again. How did you find yourself cast on that season of The Real World? Were you supposed to be on that one? I know sometimes people will go to casting and they want them on one show, but end up putting them on another. What's kind of that story?
So I went to a casting call with one of my best friends, Skylar, in April of 2010. And it was for season 25, actually. So it was for Vegas. And I went in. I didn't even want to go to the call. She wanted to go. I asked her the night before if she was excited about going. And she was like, I'm not going anymore. Nobody wants to go with me. I don't want to go by myself. I was like, screw that. I'll go with you. So in the parking lot, and while we were waiting, we made a deal. We were like, God forbid one of us actually makes it on the show. We'll fly the other one out. They can stay in the house, meet everybody, get the experience, at least a little bit of the experience.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So she actually made it onto one of the episodes. So she has the full experience. But yeah, so I tried out. She didn't end up making it, but they called me. So I was in April. They called me in August. I mean, I went through semis and I wasn't 21 at the time. So when I went to semifinals, I had to drive to Charlotte and stay overnight, but I wasn't 21 and I couldn't rent a hotel room by myself. So my grandmother drove me to Charlotte. And it was me and my grandma took me to semifinals so that she could rent the hotel room and I could go and do it.
Oh, what a great grandma.
Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah, she was incredible. And then I asked them afterwards, I was like, what happens next? And they're like, well, we'll go through these tapes and stuff. Cause I mean, you're in a hotel room for 4 hours. They're just talking to you about everything. And most of the time it's the same questions that they've already asked you, but it's more so of a consistency thing to see if you change your story or whatnot. So a week later, they called me for finals. I went to LA for 3 or 4 days. And then I didn't hear from them for a month. And I was like, what's going on? I emailed them and I was like, hey, what's going on? They called me in August and they're like, hey, due to some unforeseen circumstances, we aren't able to cast you this season, but want to give you a spot in the finals for next season. So you don't have to retry out. You don't have to send a video. You're automatically going to come to LA next summer for finals. I was like, okay, well, can you at least tell me where you're going? And they're like, no, we can't. I was like, okay. So I was in college. I was going to community college. I had a job, and I was like, they called me, I think a month later, and they're like, hey, how quick would you, how fast can you leave? How fast can you be ready to pack up your life and come be on the show? Because they never told me I was an alternate, but apparently I was. And I was like, I mean, I need 2 weeks. I'm in college. I can't just, it was pass drop ad. I would have lost all that money. And so I was like 2 weeks, because I also don't want to be an alternate, because most alternates don't get remembered. Not trying,
that makes sense.
not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but
Go
So,
ahead, throw people under the bus. We love
right.
that stuff.
So, and then they were like, wait, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 20. I'll be 21 in 6 weeks. They're like, oh, never mind. So in my head, I'm like, they're in Vegas. Because in order for you to live in a casino without parental guardianship, you have to be 21. And they obviously were at the Hard Rock. So
they
I
went all that
that
way.
makes sense, though.
They got you through that whole process without even bothering to check your year of birth.
Right? Well, so from what I understand,
and getting all your hopes up.
I know. So I'm like everybody else in January, you know, I'm watching the season finale of Jersey Shore on Thursday, you know. I had just gotten home from work and I'm like upstairs in my like finish room of the garage watching the Jersey Shore. Stay tuned for preview for Real World 25 back to Las Vegas, and I fucking flipped my lid, man. I threw shit. I was so mad. And then, of course, then I see the cast, and I'm like, damn, I would have had so much fun. But yeah, so I went to finals, and when I was at finals in 2011, yeah, because I think it was in like March that we did finals. They're like, where do you think you're going? You know, they didn't say where do you think you might go, so I already kind of knew that I was on cast. And I was like, because I was thinking, because they did Back to New Orleans, they just did Back to Vegas, you know, so they're kind of repeating cities. So I was thinking of all the seasons that I knew of, and I was like, Sydney, Australia, you know, might as well start big, right?
Right.
They're like a little closer. It's like Hawaii, a little closer. Mind you, we're in LA. I was like, I don't know, just tell me. And like San Diego, I was like, cool. I just went there last summer on a family vacation. Great. Love this for me. But I was like, I mean, cool. But like, I mean, I don't regret it because I had a blast on it. But yeah, so that's my story. And it took a year and some change for me to finally get anywhere.
Yeah. You wanted an exotic locale and they stuck
I
you.
did.
Yeah.
I was like, I just went there. Like, and what's really funny is that we ended up working at the House of Blues. My family and I actually went there for dinner while we were on our family vacation the year before. So it was like,
no,
I mean, it is what it is.
Had you watched prior seasons though?
So the extra irony of this whole entire life endeavor that I have, I was banned from watching MTV growing up. So I kind of had an idea of what it was, but I didn't know what the concept was until I was probably 19 or 20. I caught pieces of Key West. Like I remember when they got evacuated and the house was flooded. I caught pieces here and there of Denver. I watched a little bit of Brooklyn, and then I watched almost all of Vegas, the new Vegas, because obviously I was a kid and wanted to see what I missed. And so, but other than that, I mean, I watched the challenge quite a bit. My friends and I would literally like get together on what was it, Wednesday nights back then, and we would all watch the challenge together. And you know, I mean, we would have like challenge watch parties. So, but that wasn't until I was 17, 18 years old. Well, into my late teens.
Wow.
Are you still friends with Skylar?
Yes, I am actually.
I'd be the petty person. It's like, no, I can't be friends with you because I didn't get on.
No, nope, we didn't. Her and I are still really close. I was supposed to see her. I was home for Christmas. And I was supposed to see her, but I ended up getting like a 24-hour stomach bug and had to cancel on everybody. And I was like, I don't want to go and try to eat chicken wings when my stomach is uneasy. So I'll catch y'all next time.
That's cool. You're still friends though.
Yeah.
What is your favorite and least favorite memory from your real world season?
Favorite memory is the clocks. The alarm clocks is top tier. My family and I still talk about that moment. And then least favorite, getting that phone call from home about my friends that had gotten in that car accident, and then the whole situation at the house with what Zach had said at the time. And, it's just that was just a really bad, 12 or 24 hours, really.
God, that happened at the same time.
Yeah. So we were waiting on Zach and Ashley had taken the car to the gym. We only have one car, and we were waiting on them to get back to go bowling. And once the car gets back, if we want to leave, we have to give them a 10-minute warning that way they can get all the crews and stuff together and, get all the vans and stuff and get ready to go to wherever we need to go. And so Zach was like, hadn't gone downstairs and showered or anything. And he was outside playing ping pong. And I'm like, like, can you like get ready? Like we're ready. And, Zach was up playing ping pong. We were waiting on him to leave. And so I went up and I was like, hey, like, we're waiting on you. Like, can you go get ready? Are you going or not? Like, if you're not, that's fine. I don't really care. I just want to get out of the house. And then that's when he said that thing with the ping pong paddle. And so it was right after. Rough.
Let's be real. The guy was a complete asshole. Like,
he was. He's gotten so much better.
I feel like he's grown and improved, but yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't quite call it a full redemption arc, but he is a much better person now. And I think becoming a father has also changed that about him too.
Yeah. And now he has a daughter.
Exactly. Exactly.
We're all really big fans of like the challenge and everything. And I was a big fan of Real World. I watched a lot of the seasons. So like we've always talked about like with Zach, some of the other guys that have been on the show, like we can't wait till they have daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, karma. Like the guy Corey Wharton who's been on, he's got 3 daughters. Karma. That's what you get for poking it in everybody when you show up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So did your grandma watch your season of The Real World?
Oh, my whole family watched it.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
My whole family watched it. I think I watched the premiere episode with them. We actually rented out the back room of the like wing joint in my hometown. And like we had like a premiere party and there was like 50 people there and they had it on the TVs and sound and it was great. We had a blast. And then cool. Most of the other ones I didn't watch with them. I was doing drag at the time. And so we did watch parties at the gay bar that I worked at. And so the only other episode that I watched with them was actually the accident episode. Was the only other episode that I watched with them. Just because, I mean, I had seen it before. So we would get DVDs in the mail of the episode. Like this is way before like VPNs and passwords and websites and, we got physical DVDs. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so that way we could watch it beforehand and kind of get a rough idea of what was going to be coming up. So I have always, but like there's some of them, like when I'm like drunkenly making out with girls, I don't want to be sitting in the same room as my mother and my father watching me make out on a TV. No, I'm good. No, did they watch all of that? Yes, they absolutely did.
So you went from not being allowed to watch MTV to your whole family watching MTV with you on
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Your parents were like, well, guess that band didn't do jack shit.
Yeah. If you can't beat them, join them, right?
Exactly. Do you still actively talk to anybody that was on your cast with you?
I do. I saw Frank and Austin actually last summer. Nate was just at my house over right before New Year's. Yep, That's pretty cool. I think it was right before New Year's. I think it was like the Friday before New Year's. Anyways, but yeah, he was at my house. Priscilla FaceTimed me on my birthday. I FaceTimed her on her birthday. I actually went to her wedding.
Oh, nice.
A couple years ago.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, and then I've talked to Ashley here and there. I've talked to Zach here and there. I haven't heard from Alex since the reunion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has anybody, or she just kind of?
Frank did for a little while because he still lived in LA, but now that he's moved to Austin, his sister got married and lived there. I think she doesn't live there anymore, but then his mom and dad bought a farm not too far outside of Austin. So his whole family's down there now. Him and his husband have like beautiful house God, I
I
walked
don't
in, I
doubt
was
it.
like, it's like, dang. Meanwhile, I'm over here in my 300 square foot studio apartment. I'm like, my apartment fits in your living room.
Yeah, we've heard that Frank's been pretty successful in his real life
Yeah.
career, so
Yeah.
good for him.
Yep.
So
Him
obviously,
and Priscilla too, man. Priscilla's a doctor as
good
well.
for
I mean,
her.
it's
Oh,
insane.
wow.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I think I've said this on a couple other podcasts, but I think like education wise, I think our cast is the most educated cast as a whole, like as a grouping. You know, Alex went to
Yeah.
Stanford, Priscilla's a doctor, Frank's a doctor, Nate's a nuclear engineer. Zach graduated but like still college graduate. I think Ashley went to college. I don't know if I think she got a degree. I don't know. I don't have a degree, so I'm just like, I was the token lesbian that they needed to just round the season, but I'm cool with that. Still don't have a degree. I'm still okay with it.
Yeah, there's
You
nothing wrong with
mentioned that you used to do drag. You don't just kind of grew out of it?
No, I stopped doing that in probably 2015, 2016.
This has been a
I
while,
had
yeah.
I had some issues with cast members and people being just trifling ass people and just disrespectful, and
Yeah.
I just was like, well, I just won't do this anymore. So I've thought about getting back into it, but it's just there's not a real big scene for kings down here, and I'm okay with that because
You
that's
can go
just
on Dragula with the Boulay
no,
brothers.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
Those are all they're kind
Hard
of
no.
like they're into like all the bloody and the
Yeah, that's a little much
horror
for me.
aspect.
I did Frankenstein for Halloween one year and like painted my whole body green and like got a thrift store like blazer and ripped the sleeves off and had the bolts and everything. I had a blast, but that was way too much for me. I'm also not a
One
big
and done.
Halloween fan as it is, so
What?
no, I know.
I live for Halloween.
No,
And
I'm not.
ending the interview now. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Well, if you're not a Halloween fan, what are you a fan of? Like as far as
Thanksgiving.
holidays go. Thanks.
Thanksgiving.
Because
Without
of
a
food
doubt.
or
Football.
family or both or football. Yeah.
It's not about gifts. It's not about what you did or didn't get. It's just about friends, family, and food. And I'm okay with
It's
that.
true.
So,
Hey, I love
and it's
Thanksgiving
right
too.
around my birthday, so that also helps.
Oh, nice.
So you're like, oh, even better. I know my birthday's
Right.
coming up. You all
Well,
can
I mean,
spoil me
sometimes
then.
next year it'll be on Thanksgiving.
Oh, fun.
Wow.
So you can
When-
get gifts.
I
When is your
actually love
birthday?
all the holidays. Thanksgiving is fun because I know I'm going to watch a parade and eat a bunch of food and watch football.
Right.
So that's
My birthday is November 28th.
Okay. I'm on the 23rd, so mine was on Thanksgiving
So-
this year. Yeah.
Nice. I was gonna say, so it flip flops. It goes to early to late. There we go.
Yeah.
I love
Just
it.
rub it in. Just rub it in, guys.
I know.
Some of us have
You know,
boring
but-
birthdays.
That's right.
Hey, the best part about your birthday is you don't have to do dishes. And on Thanksgiving, we use the china and you have to hand wash it. And guess who doesn't do china dishes on my birthday when it's Thanksgiving?
Oh, look
Me.
at you. We eat
Nice.
on paper plates, so my aunt doesn't
I
have
was
to do
gonna
dishes
say,
for
we-
16
Oh,
people.
no.
Anything fancy like that.
No. We're all in like semi nice shirts and then like sweatpants because just
Not
we're
my
like
family.
nobody's wearing real pants on Thanksgiving.
No,
I
yeah.
I didn't get out of my pajamas on Thanksgiving or Christmas either.
What did I
Or
do this
New
year? New Year's I did not do anything. I don't like going out on New Year's. It's amateur
I don't
hour.
either.
I've worked in bars a lot of my life, and it's not fun. It's expensive. You pay to
Yeah.
get it. You pay, $20-$50 to get into a place just to stand in line to buy $30 drinks. I'll
Agreed.
sit
No,
my
thank you.
ass. Yeah, I'll sit my ass in my game in this chair and play video games and drink a glass of whiskey at midnight. Sounds good to me. I'm good. If somebody has
Yeah.
a house party, I'm
Perfect.
down for a house party. But like
Exactly.
going out, no.
No, thank you. My ass was in my recliner playing Hogwarts Legacy on my PlayStation and drinking a
love that.
mimosa. And I went, Happy New Year, kissed my boyfriend, high-fived my best friend, and went back to playing Hogwarts Legacy. So
I
I
love
feel
that.
like
I played Fortnite, so we're
there
right
you go.
right in that same wheelhouse. Okay, so what's
I
your
didn't
house?
do
Well,
any
what
of
are you?
that.
No,
I
I'm
was
a
what'd you do?
by like
Ravenclaw.
10 o'clock. So
Ravenclaw makes sense. Whatever. What is everybody else's house?
Do you guys even do the Harry
But-
Potter stuff?
no.
No, yeah, I don't know what house I am.
Is it a
Frankie
game?
would be
I
a
don't play game. I don't play
Slytherin.
video games.
Frankie would be a
I'm
Slytherin.
I'm a Slytherin for sure.
I think Frankie would be a Slytherin.
Makes
Or
sense.
he'd
We're
be a
Sagittarius.
Hufflepuff who like is an undercover Slytherin.
Right?
So what would I
I
be?
think Tia would be a Gryffindor. You could be a Slytherin too, though.
Wait, Slytherin's the bad one, right?
Only if
Hey,
you let
watch
it
your
be
mouth when you're
bad.
talking to me.
I don't know.
Slytherin's only bad if you let it be bad.
I want to be in the
Exactly.
bad one.
I mean, Barty Crouch Jr. Holly juiced as Moody for a whole year, and I'm pretty sure he was a Hufflepuff.
I don't know what any of that means.
I also have no idea what any of that means. I just
Yeah,
like to
I'm
ask
I'm
just
my
really
gonna
into
say-
Harry
questions.
Potter.
What are
I'm-
those words?
Those are words.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ex-
I grew up reading the
ex-
books. I watched all the movies.
I only read the first one. And it took me like 2 months to read it. And I was like, and I gave up. And then they just kept getting bigger and bigger. I'm like, absolutely
Right?
not. This is not
They
for
did.
me.
You can
Now-
work
I was reading
out
them at
the
11.
weight. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Now I read books all the time. I've got a book over there. I've got 6 books, I think, in my backpack right here. I love reading now.
Well, you should read
I
them now
read.
as an adult.
No, I'm talking like lesbian romance novels.
Oh,
not-
okay.
Romance?
Potter.
What?
I love that.
No.
That's like my guilty pleasure.
I
Yeah,
can't do
romance.
romance. I straight up read horror.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay,
know.
but like when I say romance, I'm not talking about Mary meets Jane and they fall in love. I'm talking
No,
like
you talking about the smut.
nasty
The
shit.
erotica.
Yeah.
Erotica.
Yes.
Like not safe for work.
Not safe for work. Yes.
Look, there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
get it.
Those
It
are
would be-
long
that's
plane
like-
rails,
rides.
didn't we?
It's like watching Grey's Anatomy versus Sex Life. You can't watch Sex Life at work.
Yeah, no, you
Gotcha.
can't. Or, movies like Saltburn. It's kind of like that.
I haven't seen Saltburn yet.
You have
You
to see
should.
Saltburn.
I
You
want
should.
to.
Oh, good.
I want to. I actually called my parents, I think yesterday, because we share a Prime account. And I was like, do you guys
Don't
want to
watch
watch
this.
it? That way.
Watch
Wait,
it with
with
your
your
when I
parents.
rent it- No,
You
I'm not
said
going to
with
watch it with. No, I won't watch it
Do
with.
not.
'Cause they're in Virginia. I'm here. I'm in
Do
Florida.
not.
So, but that way, we only have to rent it once. So I'll just
Free.
stop it at the
But
credits.
if you have
and then they
Prime, it's free.
Yeah,
Is
if you
it
have
free?
Amazon
It's free.
on Amazon Prime,
Oh.
it's free.
Yeah.
watching it tonight. Just
There
kidding.
you-
It's
I
Now,
be
if
too
you
late.
do, let us know
I
what your
watched-
reactions are.
Yeah, these guys
I
know.
will-
I watch like the craziest like horror, people getting killed, whatever. There is one scene in this movie I literally gagged. I was just like,
I've heard there's 2 opposite sides. It's the people that are horrified, and then the people that get turned on. Or there's 2 sides of
There-
this.
no.
There is
if you
one
get-
scene where it'll go
Oh.
either way.
There's one scene. I don't know how anybody could get turned on by that. The rest of it, I could maybe. There one scene. I won't tell you. Yeah.
I think I
Okay.
know which one you're talking about because I've heard about it. But
Yeah.
I also have heard people equate it to like a Cruel Intentions style of,
Yeah, but
Yeah, I can see that.
but
Really
more
good.
fucked
There's
up.
a lot of really
Yeah.
beautiful people in the movie too, so
Yeah.
that helps with the
Yeah,
gross scenes.
it does.
But go
So
watch
good.
it, and then you have to let us know what you think about
yeah,
it.
you gotta let us
I
know what
will.
you think about
I
it.
will.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we've gotten totally off the rails, I'll swing this caboose back around.
Back to the
So
challenge.
obviously, yeah. So you went from the real world, and then you, like I said, were cast on Battle of the Seasons with 3 of your other castmates. You had already said that you had like challenge watch parties with your friends. So what was your reaction when you found out you were now also going to be on the challenge?
It was the best. I was more excited to find out about that than I was. Like, I was excited for the real world, don't get me wrong, but I also was really excited for the real world because I knew that that was my gateway train to arrive at the challenge. Because I had watched that for years. Like, I loved all of it, and I was like, I could absolutely do all that stuff. Granted, I did hardest shit I've ever done.
Yeah, I
I
can't
mean,
even imagine.
no,
And that season was just, it was
It was
kind of like a
rough.
shit show in some ways
It
because,
was
like,
rough.
like I said, we're fans. We hear all the behind the scenes stuff. We know that like the fresh meat team was a last minute insertion
first
because
of all, last minute doesn't even describe what fresh meat was, because Sydney was there on the plane. Sydney was there in the transport vans all the way up until we pulled up outside of the arena to shoot the opening scene where TJ tells us what the theme is.
that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So then they got pulled and they were like, oh, we've got to check something or something. They'll be back. So we filmed the whole opening scene. And we were like, are they coming in as a surprise to like we had no idea. And then we sit in the house for like 3 days and do nothing.
What?
Yeah, because they had to get fresh meat, all of them tested, ready, and flown over, and all of that. Because like we have to get vaccines, we have to go through psych tests, we have to go to a medical examiner. Like that's why like that's what the calls for availability are. That's the time in the time frame. They'll fly you to LA or New York, whatever, when you're closer to, and then you go for testing. And they almost didn't let me go because I couldn't pass the breathing test.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. It's this thing. It kind of looks like this, but it's attached. Like it looks like a nebulizer treatment.
Okay.
And you have to blow in it, and it's like hooked up to a computer, and you have to like blow. It's like this fireman like blows out this fire. I couldn't do it. And she's like, have you like? What do you mean you can't do it? I was like, I can breathe. I promise. I'm good. But yeah, so like they had to get through all that. So when
Well,
we
they clearly
showed up,
let you pass, so.
yeah, they I told them, I was like, I can go almost 3 lengths underwater back and forth in my parents' pool. Like I can breathe. I promise. Like I'm good. But yeah, so until we got to that first challenge, we thought it was Sydney the whole time.
Yeah.
And then Fresh Meat shows up with their doctored jerseys, because if you look at the first episode, there's like tape over it, and Cara Maria's written in Sharpie. Like,
yes.
They were not prepared at all for this. And then they obviously got everything in line and stuff. But I mean, it was wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did you ever find out why Sydney? Like I heard somebody was sick.
From what I understand, one of them didn't pass medical for some reason. But because it was done so late in the game, they didn't get those results until it was too late.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have been so pissed if I was on Sydney.
Oh, I was pissed. Could you imagine? Because like, okay, so we all fly to the same airport. And then once everybody's there, they take all of our electronics and then they tell us where we're going. So you're on these flights with no iPhone, no iPad, no way to watch movies, listen to music. You're just, whatever the headphones are they give you on the plane, that's it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's rough. So, but like, could you imagine? And like some like I got to JFK at like 9 a.m. and we didn't leave till like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm sitting in JFK just waiting all day long. And then we flew from New York to Istanbul, and then we took and then we drove to Bodrum from there. So, but like, and then could you imagine? And then we sat at a restaurant all day long waiting for it to get dark to film the arena scenes.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be so annoyed.
Just to be pulled and sit all the way back.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad. I wouldn't get on that plane. I would just travel at that point. I would have been like, no, screw you guys.
But
we don't think about that aspect of it. You were just like, you get to see what's going, and it's all bam, bam, bam. You guys are sitting there for days waiting on crap.
Days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as soon as the challenges start, that's when things kind of speed up, because we have a challenge day and then we're off. Normally that night, the next night is elimination, and then we have a free day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typically how it goes. It just depends on the format and how things are going. Like I said, this is about to be 12 years ago this year. So
I know.
from what I've talked to Zach quite a bit, just kind of talking about how like the timelines change and, things like that have changed. And it's, he's like, it's a whole different ballgame than what it was from our first season. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to do it just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they did it with this one, but obviously once COVID happened, they all had to quarantine for like a week or two in a hotel before they could film, but they had their phones the whole time. So they're like making alliances behind the scenes, coming in with like all these like pre-games.
That happens regardless if you're in
Oh, I'm
quarantine.
sure. But I'm sure it
do
gets
you
even more
watch
intense
the
in
new
quarantine.
ones?
No, I haven't had cable in like 10, 12 years. So until it
Okay.
gets on a platform where it's on it the next day, I haven't watched it. I catch clips on like TikTok and Facebook and stuff like that, but like I don't seek it out.
Yeah.
If I see something on Twitter and they're like, oh man, that was awesome. Like I'll go online and search for it and watch like the longer clips of it. But I just, I'm not home enough to sit and watch TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to pay an extra $40 a month for something that I use a couple of times a year.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't put it on Paramount Plus the next day because it's all owned by the same company, and they do that with the CBS challenge, and obviously All Stars is on Paramount Plus, so that's always
right. I don't get it. I think it's wild that there's 3 now.
It's almost too much, actually.
That's like All Stars and the flagship. I'm cool with, but the CBS one is a little far fetched. And from what I understand, the ratings from that weren't very good.
The ratings on this new season.
No.
Oh no. Well, the other thing is, I understand that they have to pull from different fan bases and different shows because the real world is no more anymore.
Right.
It's gone. Right. It's dead. It's buried. It's gone. Plus, you really can't do that type of show nowadays.
True.
Yeah. With social media and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody gets canceled for something. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like I'm not like I love Survivor. So when they started pulling from Survivor, like I've heard all of these things about Michelle and I refuse to believe any of them because I'm such a huge Survivor fan, like fangirl of her. Like her and Natalie, when Natalie was on it for like 2 episodes and then she got pulled. Natalie was also one of my favorites. Who's the pickleball guy?
I love Michaela on there.
Tyson.
Michaela's cool.
Michaela's cool.
What's his name? What's the pickleball guy?
Tyson.
Awesome. Yeah.
Tyson liked my story or something like that. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, you're never going to guess this. Like, I love all of them. But, like, Survivor was our family show. Like, we'd run into Rudy from, like, the first season at Sam's Club all the time in Virginia Beach. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I loved Michelle on her Survivors.
Yes.
I don't care. I'm not enjoying her on the challenge.
So I think as soon as I had found out that like the Big Brother, let's just start with the big 3. So Big Brother, the previous challenge, Are You the One, and Survivor. So like out of Are You the One, Big Brother, and Survivor, Survivor, yes, has physical challenges because some of the shit that they do is absurd.
Yes. Yeah.
But like Big Brother, there's not many. It's more of endurance stuff, balance on a peg. It's a lot of puzzle games and things in Big Brother. So like I didn't, their strategy as far as talking may be better and good suited in the house. But other than that, I don't think so. Plus, when for the Survivor people, when you add in starvation, that changes a whole lot of people's outlook on life.
Yeah. I don't watch Big Brother. I find it extremely boring. So I don't really care for to me, they don't translate over. Survivor people, and even Amazing Race people. I'm good with that. Big Brother, no.
No, not at all.
I think with players like Michelle, like when you love them, like from Survivor and stuff, the challenge is a different house than Survivor. I feel like on Survivor, you only have to deal with a few people, up until like they merge everybody. And even then, like you said, your survival is your number one priority, and then the rest comes down. Whereas on the
Well, and
challenge, you're
it's
stuck in the
everybody
house with
against
tons of people.
everybody.
Yeah.
And with the
Right.
format of the challenge, sometimes sometimes it's duos, sometimes it's four, sometimes it's
Sometimes
teams of
it's
8, it's 10.
Yep.
But like in Survivor, at the end of the day, it's you and only you, and there's only one person that you have to look out for. Yeah, you have alliances and you make, you have where your loyalty lies and things like that. But at the end of the day, only one wins. There is no splitting of this money. There is no, things like there's backstabbing, obviously. But like at the end of the day, there's only one survivor. It's not a team of 2 that splits, or, somebody steals $1 million from somebody else. No, it's not that. It's one survivor. That's it.
Totally agree.
I agree with you. Would you ever do Survivor if you had the opportunity?
So my mother has begged me for years to try out for Survivor. And the only y'all are going to laugh so hard. My only thing with Survivor, I loathe the rain. Hate it with a passion.
Yeah, you'd be screwed.
I'd be screwed. And so like I can sleep outside, I can sleep on the floor, I can sleep anywhere. That's not the issue. I'll deal with the bugs. I'm pretty dark skinned as far as like, able to take the heat and the sun rays. Not worried about that. I always only drink water. So I'm not worried about, people, these people that go on there are drinking Diet Cokes every morning, suffer the first week because they don't have their intake of caffeine.
That's what different Frankie's drinking right now.
Yeah. But like, I don't drink coffee, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't smoke cigarettes. Like I have a vape, but like, okay, who cares? But like, I think I would do well in everything else.
Yeah.
Except for the rain. Now, if I could bring like a hoodie.
They always have like monsoons while they're there too. So
like it's not just a sprinkle. It's torrential downpours with wind.
I am not one of those people that sits there and watches it and goes, "Oh, I could do that." I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
One pair of clothes, one pair of underwear,
bugs every. I
could do the underwear thing because I grew up hunting and camping in the woods. So like you brought 3 pairs of underwear, and if you needed more, you rinsed them out and you hung them to dry.
That's not for me.
Yeah, not me. That's not for me. Yeah, I'd go on Big Brother before I went on Survivor.
I couldn't do that. You know why I couldn't do
that? I
wouldn't
last.
But I can't do that because there's no interaction. That's the other thing with Survivors. There's no outside interaction. Like on the real world, we had the phone, we had email, we had the car, we were able to leave. The challenge was really hard for me but at least we had the crew and the producers that we could talk to. But like in Big Brother, there is none of that. All of it is automated cameras. There is no crews in there. There's no outside people.
Yeah.
And on the challenge, they have nights out sometimes too.
Right. But they rent out places and it's just us half the time. There was one night we went out.
I didn't think about it like that though.
Yeah, we were in Turkey one night and we were all sitting there and we were like, we could be at the house drinking free alcohol rather than be here by ourselves paying for alcohol.
Well, you had free alcohol at the house?
At the house, yeah. Not on the challenge, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because now when they go out, they give them drink tickets because some people got a little too sloppy. So like, and I'm like that.
Why do you think our vodka's dyed blue? Because somebody was putting it in a water bottle and hiding it in a slice in a mattress.
Yeah. Not surprised.
Are you mad about that?
Yes, because I'm allergic to blue dye, so I can't drink the vodka.
Oh no.
They were like, we know how we'll keep Sam sober. Dye the vodka.
No, I didn't. I was a beer drinker back then, and so I tried the Turkish beer. It's terrible. It's one of the worst beers I've ever tasted in my entire life. And I didn't drink wine until that trip because I was like, I have to drink alcohol. I need something.
I mean, I think I rewatched that season within the last year because I'll like go back and rewatch older seasons. And if the edit is anything like it was in real life, I don't blame you for needing to start drinking wine while you were doing that season.
It was, well, the other thing is so we were the first season filmed in that house, and I think they filmed 2 more seasons in that house, if I can remember correctly. I know they filmed another one shortly after we were in that house. So the way the rooms were, if you walked in, we were upstairs when you walked in, and then it went down the side of the mountain. So there's a bedroom off to the left where that was like the girls' room. That was like where Ashley was, and Devin, and a couple of those other girls. And then the gym was to the right, and then you went downstairs, and on the main floor there was the big room where Zach Frank, John A, Jasmine, and a couple other people were in this first room. And then there was a separate house on the backside that where like Brooklyn and Austin were. And then where Zito and I picked were all the way down all the back stairs, across the pool, down underneath the pool was another room. So like we had it perfect. We were like, well, and Zito and I think were the only ones with significant others at home that we cared about. So like Zito and I stuck together through the whole time. Like every time we went out,
we had each other's backs on. Yeah.
We would literally hold our hands and click our ankles together and be like, our girlfriends are at home. Our girlfriends are at home. Because I was not going to be the one. We all remember the model on America's Next Top Model that called her boyfriend while she was in France. She slept with a dude in the hot tub. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was not going to be that girl. I know
exactly what you're talking about.
I was not going to be that girl. It was not going to be me. So
we've seen many of those calls on the challenge.
On the challenge too,
yeah. I gotta break up with you. I'm kind of like feeling somebody here. And then we get the ones where they call their girlfriend. They're like, "Oh, I love you," and then they turn the corner to one of their castmates. "Oh, I love you."
Well,
that could never be me. Could never.
Can we just say on the challenge, you won, and you won all your eliminations, or eliminations. So you went out as on top as you could possibly get.
I have a perfect record.
Yeah, you do.
I'm good.
Yeah,
that's
you
amazing.
do.
Go
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
And people like angry people on the internet, like quite a few years ago now, they were like, "Why don't you go flip some burgers or something?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? I have a job.
What they're doing.
I worked at Buffalo Wow. Like I was on TV, and I have a regular job. Right. Believe me, your life isn't made after this. You know, like people like Johnny and CT and those people, Mark Long, those guys, they get money from this. But they've been doing it for over half their life. Yeah. You know? I didn't do this. I didn't do the Real World to get famous. I didn't do it to jumpstart a career for anything, you know. I did it because I wanted to travel. You know, I wanted to meet people. I never went away to college. You know, I did community college and commuted from home. You know, I lived with my parents until after I got back from the real world.
Understood. So, I feel that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the way I equate it is I did 4 years of college partying in 3.5 months in San Diego.
True that. That is very accurate.
Yeah. That's actually, that's the flag from my room. That was on the show, on the challenge, or on the real world.
That's cool that you still have that.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Did you want to do any other seasons of the challenge after you had your experience on Battle of the Seasons?
So I did. I didn't get a call until for like 4 years. I didn't get a call. I got a call for Invasion, and I was supposed to be Ashley Kelsey. And
that would have been cool.
Ashley called me 10 days before I was supposed to leave. And she was like, "Hey, I was just going through my old voicemails, and, you know, I had one from Peter Murray or whoever." And she's like, "Should I call him back?" I'm like, "Fuck it. Why not?" Screwed myself on that
You
one.
should have told her, "Nah, bitch, it's too late."
Well, because it was the first season that she would have been back after as well. And it was Zach was going, and I don't know if he was with John A still or if he was with Jenna.
Invasion.
Yeah,
Who was he with on
Invasion of,
Invasion?
I don't know, but they wanted that for
or
storyline.
it was him and Jenna had like maybe they were in between because Jenna was on that season.
Yeah. Wasn't that her first? No, that was her second. Because her first,
it was
Jay screwed her with the
it was on
fish
X's
Right.
3 or something.
So,
yeah, exactly.
So if
in the
she
final.
had not called, you would have been on there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
Absolutely.
is crazy.
Wow.
Ah, but you know what?
I kick myself frequently.
Yeah.
But you know, things happen for a reason. You just weren't meant to be there at that point in your life,
Totally.
or whatever the
Yeah.
reason may have been.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever consider doing All Stars?
So I did consider it. They called me, I think for All Stars 3. And the timeline was like February. And I was like, yeah, I'm available. I was like, I kind of need an answer sooner than later because I'm planning a trip with my friends to go to Dominican Republic. I kind of need to know so that if I need to not pay my deposit, then I won't. So they kept stringing me along, and I finally texted the girl. I was like, "Hey, look, like I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like I need to know because like I'm either gonna go on vacation or I'm gonna go on the challenge." I was like, "I can't do both because they're around the same time." And she's like, "No, we're gonna go in a different direction." I was like, "All right, cool," but like I have a career now.
Yeah,
right.
I have a good job. I make good money. I can afford my lifestyle. I can still travel, and if I were to go on on All Stars, I know it's a shortened timeline, which is nice because it's for the older cast that do have careers, but like I would have to use my PTO for it.
Yeah.
And if I don't have it,
that happens to a lot of them.
Yeah. So like then I'm,
do your work friends know that you were on TV? Like, is that?
Some of them do. I don't bring it up unless somebody else brings it up.
Smart.
Just because I'm in a very professional environment, like if we're in something where it's just like a bullshit call and we're just kind of like hang around and shoot the shit and somebody will bring it up, I'll talk about it. But like I have never once, "Hey, my name's Sam, I was on the Real World in the challenge."
Right.
No.
Kind of douchey.
Like, no.
Could you
Now,
imagine if somebody did that?
Oh, I'm sure there are people that absolutely,
and it's always the people you don't remember. Like,
right?
Really?
Yeah. So we actually, what were we doing? Oh, this was quite a few years ago, but like this bartender at a bar recognized me, and I was out with my friends. And they're like, "You drink for free tonight?" I'm like, I'm absolutely Sam from the Road. If you're gonna let me drink for free, like
you gotta.
And then I just played the pass back game and was just buying all my friends drinks. It was
That's
great.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you said you like to travel a lot. Where is your favorite place that you've been to, and what is your number one bucket list destination?
So currently I've been to 5 of 7 continents. So like my big bucket list is all 7. My parents and I have started looking into Antarctic cruises. So that's really number one. I'm hoping for my 40th, I want to take like a 6-week trip and do like a week on the coast in Australia, a week in the outback, New Zealand, like Bali, Maldives, Fiji, and come back. But that's a dream, but as far as where I've been, I mean, Turkey's right up there. Bodrum was absolutely stunningly beautiful. Like had the challenge not brought me there, I would have never had it on a list.
Right.
But if you have the opportunity when things kind of settle down in that region of the world, I absolutely recommend going. It's beautiful. Stay in the cities. Don't venture too far into the inland. But I mean, it's a gorgeous place. I'm doing.
That's cool to know, actually.
In a trip this July. I'm actually a Swiftie, so I'm going to see Taylor Swift in Switzerland
Oh,
in
wow.
July. Yeah. Well, her tickets were cheaper. It's cheaper for me to pay for a flight to Switzerland
I've heard that.
And
than it is. Yes, my
People said the
floor
same
ticket.
thing about Beyonce.
Yeah, my floor
That's
ticket
insane.
for Taylor Swift was $187 after fees.
What? Oh my God.
Wow.
Floor, like I will be at the end of the stage, right on the rail.
Wow. Isn't that insane to think about it? I mean,
Yeah,
it's all about location. I'm sure there are bands here. I'm a rocker fan. So there are certain bands that I see here that I know for a fact in like Europe or any of the Scandinavian countries, it probably costs more money to go see them where it's just a
right.
bigger culture.
Well, that's
But I
why
heard
like a
people
lot
say it
of
about Beyonce too.
see, I had an opportunity or chance to go see Beyonce when she was here at Raymond James in Tampa, and like I looked at StubHub, and it was like 4 hours before the concert. I was just kind of like seeing. I was like, all right, what are the seats looking like? What's the cost? Because she's right up there. It's one of those like I saw Destiny's Child when I was younger, so like I've already technically seen Beyonce, so it's not really that huge of a deal. But I think I found a ticket for like $87. And I mean, it was in the rafters at the top of the stadium. But I
Still.
mean, and then I was like, plus the $50 fee. And I was like, man, it's not even worth it. So I went and saw The Offspring for $35 that night instead.
That's what I would have done.
It was great. And it poured down rain, but I was drunk and it was fucking great. We had so much fun.
I would rather
Yeah.
go see The Offspring.
I'd rather go see The Offspring.
Well,
honest.
that's the other thing that that was the other thing that I was thinking about. I was like, I don't know much of Beyonce's solo work. Like, I know quite a bit, but I don't know enough to pay $110.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
most expensive I ever spent was on Lady Gaga tickets, and they were about 110 to 130, and we were on the floor. But for me, that was like
of the last concert I went to.
I paid $300 for pit tickets to Halsey.
Oh, okay.
Worth every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Halsey's rate. Like, Halsey's still my number one, and then it's Taylor, but like, I love Halsey. I think she's great.
Yeah, and I think when you enjoy, like, especially with music, because like I said, I'm a rocker, so I go to rock concerts. It's like, it's worth it. Depending on who it is, if you have the money, the experience, the energy.
Even if you don't have the money.
It's worth it. If you can find a way.
Even if you have to eat ice soup for 2 days because your paycheck doesn't come in, but you're going to this concert, you'll have that memory.
The experience.
You'll forget. Yes. Like this year, when I went and saw, I say this year, last year now, technically, Halsey was performing at the Hard Rock in Miami, and she was doing her like string ensemble concert. She only did 4. She did one in Jersey, one in Gary, Indiana, one in Miami, and I think one in LA. And it was a one night only thing. And I drove down, and it was the same day as St. Pete Pride. So like all my friends are like, "What are you doing for Pride?" I'm like, "I'm driving to Miami and going to see a concert." And they're like, "With who?" I'm like, "Well, I went by myself."
Oh, wow.
Why
Gary, Indiana?
I have no idea.
Is she from there?
There's a Hard Rock. There's a Hard Rock there. She had done that merch line with Hard Rock, so I think it was like a sponsorship.
Brand
that's a random, not Indianapolis, Gary.
No, Gary.
But that makes sense.
Like one of the most dangerous towns in the friggin' United States.
Really?
Oh yeah, look it up.
Gary, Indiana?
I will actually.
I don't make the rules.
After we wrap this up, I'm Googling that.
There you go.
I'm doing it right now. Do we want to do the fun questions?
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and ask you some fun questions. And the first one, because you live in Florida and what just happened on New Year's, do you believe in aliens? Do you know what happened on New Year's? I guess I should ask you
I
that.
was actually there. I also had a stick.
Shut up. What?
No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't
Oh.
there. No, I believe that there's a whole lot of things happening in this universe. Whether it's real or not, I don't make enough money, nor am I smart enough to make those accusations or assumptions. And you know what? If they decide that now is the time to come down, cool. But did you also see the conspiracy theory
Wait, which one?
about the aliens, about how they did the GPS coordinates to the mall? But they
No.
reversed them. They reversed them, and it's the center of Antarctica.
Oh, no, I did not hear that
Oh
one.
my
Yeah.
God.
But
It's a
I was just like,
conspiracy.
it was bizarre that like over 200 cops were called for teenagers fighting. I'm
So
like,
my other question is, what else was happening in that city whilst
right.
the entire police department is there? I've also seen another conspiracy that this also happened magically around the same time the Epstein list got revealed.
That's what I heard. That was the conspiracy theory.
Because they're like, oh,
they're
here's
like,
bright
look
and
over
shiny.
here.
Pay no attention to what's happening. Like, it's like Wizard of Oz, you know,
Yeah.
like pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
The crazy thing though is that every person that has said what happened, none of their stories differ. They're all the same story, which is bizarre.
We also live in a simulation, pretty sure. So
were the aliens were like glitches in our simulation.
Are you taking the red pill or the blue pill?
But like my next question, out of all of the dumb shit that is on the TikTok, how is there not one single video from any of this stuff on the inside?
Because people said when they went to get their phones out, their phones didn't work. That's what they said. Mm-hmm. Heard that today.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's one grainy like drone
because
video.
there's some hipster girl in there with a Polaroid camera or her like Nikon point and click digital camera that they're coming back and stuff. No, that's bullshit.
Maybe the aliens took her.
Take me.
They've all had their memories. Why it was a Men in Black moment. Look
Maybe
at the camera.
The little pin thing.
You came to the mall. There was a teenager fighting. That's why all the cops are here. Your phone doesn't work. Go home.
That's a crazy story.
But the phone doesn't work. A man's phone got sucked out of the Alaska Airlines and dropped 16,000 feet and it was still open to the email that he had open.
Are you serious?
It must not have been an Apple.
It was.
Do you know there was a kid
that is amazing.
Sitting right by that and it sucked his shirt off of him?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. The mom was like holding him so he didn't like go flying out the door.
So,
I saw this TikTok video where these people were 20 minutes into their flight and they had to do an emergency landing because like
the door blew off.
The door blew off. And they're all just sitting there very calm.
That's what
it's the same one?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. They're all just like calm as hell.
Yeah. A school teacher found the door plug in his backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's nuts.
This universe is insane.
I texted a picture of the door in my family group chat and my sister was like, is this your plane? I was like, you really think that I wouldn't have called you guys on the phone and said, hey, the door panel got sucked off my plane. I'm okay, but like
just in case the plane dives.
Well, not just that, but like they also know that like it wouldn't be against my nature to randomly buy a plane ticket and be gone and forget to tell them.
Okay.
Like for the Austin trip, when I went on this summer, I called my cousin on Monday, bought to see if she was going to be in town. I bought it Monday night, left Friday morning.
Wow. What's that like? I wish I could live that life. My anxiety.
I know. It was only I only took a backpack. I spent 5 weeks with just a backpack.
What?
I'm not
visited Tia for 4 days and had 2 suitcases.
I had 2 tank tops, 2 swim trunks, 2 pairs of shorts, a couple t-shirts, my flip-flops clipped to the outside, 1 pair of sneakers.
You have it down to a science, man.
Yeah, I do. Well, I
Yeah.
have to. And my new backpack that I got for Christmas, ain't nobody gonna be able to mess with me. Look at this shit.
Oh my
This is a
God.
backpack.
That's a nice backpack. I'm gonna need one of
Yeah,
those.
But that's it.
that's crazy.
Like once it's all zipped up, because I'm a carry-on queen. I don't check nothing. Nothing's going under the plane. If I can't have it in the plane with me, I'm not going.
Yeah, I get pretty paranoid if I have to
I
check a
feel
bag.
that.
I'm like,
not
what if
just
it doesn't
that, but
show up?
Yeah, what if it doesn't show up? And then I only have one bag.
And now most of them charge you for it. So
Yeah, and it's cheaper to get a carry-on than it is a checked bag. So I'm like, that'll fit in the overhead. And it expands too. It's like that'll fit in the overhead. And then when I go to Europe next year, I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. So like, if you've never been to Europe, there's a rule: no roller bags in Europe. Don't do it because of the cobblestone streets and all of the old streets and roads. You can't. It doesn't work, and it ends up ruining your suitcase. So
no, that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're going to like Amalfi or Greece where you have to go up and down stairs.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want no heavy ass roller bag.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No.
Yeah, that makes
For all your
perfect
makeup stuff, get the pill organizers and just put your liquids in there.
You
Oh,
have all the
yeah. Yeah. Next time I travel, I'm just gonna message you. Okay, Sam, this
I
is where
know.
I'm going.
What do I do
What
about
are your
this?
tips for the plane?
Socks go in shoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Socks and underwear, intimates, things that can be.
Yeah.
okay.
So are you
That's where I
a
fucked up.
folder or a roller?
I'm a roller.
Yeah, same. Me too.
Yep. And there's a way you can do your socks. So instead of them being long like this, they're short. Please hold. I still have a pair rolled up right here.
We're getting an exhibit A.
This is
Wow.
like a long pair of socks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What does that say?
Creative little fucker.
I love it.
I got these for Christmas.
Those are fun. I like those
That's
socks.
funny.
I love fun socks. They're my favorite.
Yeah,
My
same.
dad always loves to get me fun socks. I love him to death. And now that I'm working in the office one day a week, it's not that bad. But like he got me like 25 pairs of socks last year and I wasn't in the office yet. And I'm like, Dad, I love you, but like I live in Florida. Like if I'm in my apartment and my feet are cold, this is what I wear. Other than that, I'm in flip-flops. Like
flip-flops. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Next fun question.
All right. What is something you're really bad at?
I don't know. Because I try everything at least once.
Answering this question.
Yeah. No, I mean, arts and crafts, not good. I made my first friendship bracelet. Didn't go very well.
Nope, no good.
No, it's not. I'm gonna continue to do them because I bought a whole lot of beads because the Taylor Swift stuff, they make friendship bracelets, so I'm gonna be decked out, ready for Switzerland. But after that, it's over. I will probably never do those again. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not a very like on the spot creative person.
Okay. Frankie.
Do you follow the 5-second rule?
Always. I've had worse things in my mouth than whatever's on the floor.
And after you've done the challenge.
If it's on the like the floor of a bathroom, no.
Yeah.
I was drunk one night and it was one day, let me rephrase that. And it was St. Patrick's Day. And of course everybody goes out day drinking. Well, where I used to live, there was a parade and it was just ridiculous all day. And I dropped a Jello shot on the floor, like not the cup, like the actual physical Jello shot on the floor. And I picked it up and I still ate it. No shame.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's alcohol. You don't waste that.
No, you don't.
You got to pay for that. No. You're consuming it with a little bit of dirt and gravel. It's okay. Right.
Down the
waste
hat.
$4.
All right. Who's your celebrity crush? Or I should say, do you have a celebrity crush?
Yes, everybody does. Everybody has their hall pass. Everybody has their list. Hayden Panettiere is way up there.
Oh yeah, I like her.
Yeah. Blake Lively is also way up there.
You
Megan
got one
Fox
little tiny thing and one tall thing.
Yeah, Megan Fox used to be, but she's gotten a lot of work done, and it's just she looks too fake. Margot Robbie also right on up there.
Yep, love her too.
Don't blame you. She is gorgeous.
Did you see Barbie?
I did see Barbie. I actually watched it with my mom over a Christmas break.
She's the perfect Barbie.
She was perfect.
Yeah.
I couldn't have imagined anybody else in that role.
No, she was perfect.
I think Charlize Theron would have been a good Barbie if it was like
young.
15
if
years
she was,
ago.
Yeah, if she was younger,
right.
Absolutely. But that's the thing is.
Do you know who that was going to play Barbie when it was a Barbie movie?
I don't even know if I believe it.
Script. It was Amy Schumer.
See, I don't know if I believe that.
Not even kidding. No, it's true.
I would not have gone to see that. I wouldn't have even watched it. I don't think Amy Schumer's funny.
She's not funny.
She steals her jokes anyway.
Yeah, she does. So Margot,
I've seen her live, and she's not funny to me.
Nobody's worse than whoever the hell hosted the fucking Golden Globes last night.
Oh, I hate him.
Joe Coy or whatever
Joe
his name is.
Joe Coy, yeah.
He's not funny.
That was awful.
I didn't watch it, but I don't like him.
So. Okay, you need to go and watch his opening monologue because it literally like puts Oppenheimer up on a like this misogynistic pedestal, and then he calls Barbie a pretty face with big boobs. Literally shows the entire point of the entire movie.
Well, I heard that like people in the audience were not laughing. Like,
bad.
Well, you can hear him say he says a couple times, I didn't write all these. I got this job 10 days ago. Don't blame me. Like,
but see, I didn't think he was funny before he was on there. So
first of all, I didn't even know who he was. I wish Trevor Noah did it because that man can do no wrong in my eyes. I think Trevor Noah.
I love Noah
is
Trevor.
Great.
Or Trevor
Did he
Noah,
not just? Did he not just host something?
I think he hosted the Golden Globes last year.
Maybe it was last year. Okay. See, I like Ricky Gervais because he gives them all shit.
He's good too, but he doesn't. Because he's British, he does it tastefully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I love British comedians.
It sounds nice.
Yeah,
it sounds nice being called a cunt, instead of a cunt.
Yes.
It's much prettier.
All right. One more question, and this is the one that Frankie always likes to ask, but I'm going to ask it. Do you think you would survive a zombie apocalypse?
Yes.
Why?
First of all, I would be asleep through the start of it.
Okay.
Because I sleep like the dead. So if you've ever seen the pilot episode of The Walking Dead where Rick Grimes wakes up in the hospital and like everything has gone to shit, that's going to be me because I just
that's like 28 days later when Cillian Murphy wakes up and he's wandering around in a hospital gown. Same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Although that wasn't really a zombie movie, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I with that, and then fortunately for me, I love my father. He's a very right-wing guy and he's pretty stocked on a lot of stuff, so.
Well, you said you hunt and
so I mean, I've been around guns.
You can handle a gun and all that stuff.
And I'm going to the woods. Don't follow me.
Oh, no. I'm following you because
nope, you aren't going to be able to see me. I'm going to be in full-blown camouflage, face paint, and everything. You ain't going to see me.
What's that? A ghillie suit.
Ghillie suit.
We're gonna use all your packing tips and get a backpack and go follow you into the woods.
Yeah, we are.
There you go. I like it. Make sure you have your external batteries.
You're gonna hide an air tag in your backpack.
No, because my phone will tell you. No, my phone will tell me it's following me.
Oh,
well, I will find the Android equivalent, and your phone won't tell you shit.
A tile. That's good. I like it.
That's funny.
I like it. I support it.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Do you guys have any other questions?
No, I think that was it. You
my
answered
water
them
bottle
very
even has
nicely.
a compass. Look, My
Oh,
water
okay.
bottle even has a whistle and a compass on
Yeah,
it.
we're following you on the zombie
You're
apocalypse. And when the aliens invade.
Not a prepper. What's the word I'm looking for?
An outdoor
Doomsday.
enthusiast.
Yeah.
No, they're
Outdoors.
I have
Not
friends who are like this. They're like
preppers.
doomsday something where
Doomsday
they're like
preppers.
prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doomsday
I
preppers.
used
They
to
have like
love
fallout
watching that show.
shelters,
Yeah. I used to
Yeah.
love watching that show.
suits, everything.
Oh yeah.
They're
Gas
they're
mask,
ready.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
they're ready. I'm like, well, I guess I'll go to your guys'
MREs.
house.
Well, nobody's gonna bother Florida, first of all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because no, it's just not gonna happen.
Got too
Too
many
many crazy
gators.
people with guns here.
All
Crazy
right, I
people
got a
with guns
question
and
for you guys.
gators.
I'm gonna flip the script, and I want to ask you guys a question because I always like this one. Who's your dead or alive concert? Like, if you could just go see one artist or one band who's dead or alive, you get one choice.
So I would have to decide, would it be somebody I've never seen or would
Doesn't
it be
matter.
somebody that I love?
Doesn't matter.
Well, for me, I would go see, I've already seen them 4 times. I would go see the Beastie Boys. They're my favorite.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Especially because it's
Yeah.
not an option anymore.
yeah, right, exactly. If it was somebody I've never seen, Prince. I
Mm.
would pick Prince. Yeah. Or Nirvana. Never
Oh,
saw
yeah.
them. I like old stuff. I'm old.
That's all right.
all my
Mine's
stuff-
old. Mine's old too. Don't worry.
I'm torn. It's two completely different musical
Two
tastes.
ends of the spectrum.
Two ends of the spectrum. I'm torn between the Spice Girls because I
Okay.
grew up loving them. They're the reason why
did
I
get to
fake
see them.
British accents.
Oh, you did?
Yep, I got to see them when I was a kid. Yep.
Well,
I actually almost
Good
was
for
going to
you.
ask you if you were a Spice Girl, which one would you be? I should have asked you.
So ironically, I think this was when I was just realizing that like I didn't know I was gay because I didn't know what it was, but Posh Spice was always my favorite.
Oh, Posh, yeah. Yeah.
well, now we know why. Trust me. I think all of us were like, oh well, maybe a little bit. I would do a menage a trois with her and David.
David.
I'll
One
just
night.
do the one and not the other.
I'll take them both. And then my other end of the spectrum would be Rammstein. I would
really?
Wow.
I love
Yeah.
Rammstein.
I
Girl,
didn't even expect that answer.
Get your shit kicker boots on and go. Go to Europe. Go see them in Europe.
I mean, I would even love to see them in Germany. I would just have to call up my one aunt and be like, hey, clear out the spare bedroom. I'm coming to visit. That would be amazing. Those are my two.
A life motto that I live by. Experience over possessions. Money always comes back. Time doesn't. There's going to be a time in your life you're not going to be able to go. Do you have kids?
I try to remind myself that. No, I have animals.
Okay, but a week you can get somebody for a week. I'm telling you, go do it. Buy the ticket. I bought the ticket. Do I have a flight yet? No. Do I know where I'm staying? Absolutely not. Have I applied for any?
I gotta get a passport too.
No.
I need my passport.
I have a passport. I always have a passport.
Well, yeah.
You're just gonna make it
one
work.
thing I need to get. I will see Rammstein one day, whether it's in this country or another. I'm gonna go see them, and my Germanness will be very proud of me. Frankie, who are yours?
Yeah, Frankie, what's yours?
I don't know. That was a tough question. I want to see everyone, but I think maybe Aaliyah. I feel like Aaliyah would put on a good show.
Oh, good one.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, good answer.
That's what.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I also thought about Linkin Park. I think that
mine is and has always been and will be Queen.
Oh, yes, Queen. Yeah.
Like to be in the crowd at the AIDS Day performance.
My God.
I would that could be the cap of my life and I'd be okay with it.
I think he probably had the best voice on a man I have ever heard. Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could go back in time, I would go to 1977 for one of the Fleetwood Mac concerts.
Okay.
Where were like super fucked up on LSD, and that's where the one rendition, the live
Like
rendition of
everyone in
Rhiannon
the 70s
was recorded, and then I too would be fucked up on LSD, and it would be an amazing concert. I just know it would be.
I love that.
I mean,
See,
granted, I wasn't even being thought of being born yet. It's 10 years before my time, but still, if I had a time machine, I would do it.
there you go. See, I always like that question because you never know what you're going to get with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nadine
That's a
shocked
hard
me.
one. Really? Oh, you
Yeah.
know, I like Rammstein. I love Rammstein.
I didn't. No.
As
I
much
guess
as I
not.
talk about like In This Moment and like Hailstorm and stuff, oh, I love Rammstein. I have so many of actually one of their favorite, or one of their songs that's my favorite, and it's not even fully in German, is Te Quiero Puta. I think it's the most hysterical song that they've ever done. You should go listen to it.
I thought of another one. I would go see Sublime. Yeah.
That would be a fun time.
Yeah. I could think of a million more, but
yeah, me too. I've already gotten like shooting off in my head, like, oh, I'd love to see this person and that person and that band and I blah blah blah. Yeah, no, we could go on forever. But Sam, thank you so much for chatting with us, especially on a weekday. If people are not following you on social media, where can they find you and what are your handles?
Instagram is SamRW26. Twitter is SamIamMTV. I don't have a fan Facebook page. I just don't have time to keep up with it, and my Facebook's private for my own sanity. And then I have TikTok, but I couldn't tell you what the handle is. I rarely post on it, so it's not something. Actually, here, I can look it up real quick since I've got it right
I'm on
here.
TikTok all the time, but I'm like watching other people's videos.
Yes, absolutely.
I think I'm the only person that doesn't have TikTok.
Oh, it's Sammy Raid 1989.
Okay, cool.
Is my TikTok.
Okay. So when we get this out, we'll post the links. We will tag you in it on Instagram. So you will hopefully share it. I will work on getting it out by this weekend. I don't really have to cut anything out minus Abby earlier getting mouthy.
My dog's going crazy.
So it'll be easy peasy. If you're not following us, people who are listening, we are the Unbothered Podcast. Our Facebook group is the Challenge Unbothered. We are a spoilers group. So if you don't want spoilers, don't join us. On Instagram, we're also the Challenge Unbothered. YouTube, the Unbothered Podcast. And I think on Twitter, it's also the Challenge Unbothered. I don't run Twitter. That's all Joe.
I don't know. If I wasn't on the real world of the challenge, I wouldn't have Twitter anyways.
It's the Unbothered Pod 1 on Twitter.
Yeah, at the Unbothered Pod 1. Okay. You said Joe runs the Twitter. So like don't judge us based on the Twitter post.
I tweet, I think, twice a year.
Joe is always like up in the challenge posts fighting for like Cara Maria and stuff. So and like dragging people.
I'm gonna be meeting Polly for the first time this January 20th. No.
Oh, cool.
January 27th. January 27th. Yep. I'm gonna do a Challenge Mania with Derek and Scott.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's coming up. The one in Tampa.
Yep. The Alyssas, Polly, Hunter, and Mark Long. And the twins.
Aren't the other twins gonna?
Yeah, the Nolan twins.
I thought that's what their name was. I met.
They were on the challenge for a hot minute, and I think it was just
like
one of
half
them.
a second. Yeah.
Yeah. I met Mark in Vegas in 2012, and I haven't seen it since. Yeah,
Mark is awesome. Yeah.
She and I have been to a few of the challenge manias.
I'm excited to meet Polly because I've heard mixed reviews.
I heard he's great in person.
I also hope that Cara's with him.
Me too. For you.
Just like a not part of it, but like just around. Because obviously her and I did the challenge together, so, and I haven't seen her. I talked to her a couple years ago because I was in Montana when she still had the house out there. So I was going to try to go out there and see her. But
they live in Florida now.
Yeah. Okay. But they live 8 hours from me in Florida.
Yeah. It's like
not closer than Montana. Right?
Yeah, they're up in the Handle. They're like Gulf Shores.
Yeah.
Well, it's a closer trip than Montana, so.
Yeah, Nadine and I went to the Tampa Mania and the Miami
2 years ago.
Mania. 2 years.
And then last year went to the Miami one where we got to meet CT.
I had no idea about it. Like
The one in
I didn't
Miami?
know that it was in Tampa until like 2 days before, and I texted Derek, and he responded to me like 3 months later. And was like, I don't know
Why
how I
does that
didn't see
sound
that.
like something he would do?
That sounds like
So
Derek.
it's really funny because Derek and his original podcast emailed me right after the Real World, and I never got back to him. And I just did their podcast last
Yeah, you
summer
did. Though I
for
will
the first
say
time.
the Tampa Mania from a couple years ago, Derek wasn't there because he ended up getting pulled to film All Stars 3, actually. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so
fun.
he won't be there this time either. I don't know why. He's got to have family stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know.
So.
Yeah, because with his
I wish I
wife
had.
and
I
stuff.
wish I had planned ahead because I didn't realize it was going to be in Tampa. I would have gone. So I could have met you.
I know.
Yeah.
There's still
I
time.
know.
You can still come on over. I'm actually going to look at a new apartment on Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Is it bigger than your
It's
studio?
a 2-1.
Ooh. Or just
Yeah.
fuck the 1 bedroom. We're going straight to the 2s.
It's cheaper than the 1.
I know. Some of them,
Yeah.
sometimes they can be. And it, as somebody who works in property management, it depends on the location and it depends on what the market is. So if everybody wants 1 bedrooms, the 2 bedroom prices are going to get dropped because they want to move them. If it's vice versa, then the 1 bedrooms are more expensive because everybody wants
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I mean, I work from home, so I would love. I can use it as an office, get a futon or something in there, use
There
that
you
as my
go.
game room, and I'll have
It'll
my
be decked
bedroom and
out.
the living room. I mean, I
The
already.
ring light.
I'll have to invest in a ring light. I'll have to invest in. I don't have one yet.
They're
Like I
not
said,
expensive, so
no. I mean,
And
in
then you
my
can
300
switch your
square foot
gaming.
apartment, I've got. What is it? I've got. I have 2 TVs and 4 monitors in here.
wow.
Yeah, we see that the
You're
priorities are less than
serious about
TV.
it.
I just want to say that I just moved out of a 300 square foot apartment, and like 4 monitors and 2 TVs is wild. Like,
Yeah, it is. It's
I don't know
crazy.
how you do it.
You know, it works for me, but like I don't know what I'm gonna do with 750 square feet. I'm gonna have to like tape off or like just and put my stuff around in the tape because I don't need. What am I gonna do with all this room for activities?
I can tell you. Watch Saltburn, and then you can do what happens at the end.
Oh no.
You won't get that till you watch it. And then you'll be like, oh, okay.
You may have to go buy additional equipment to make that scene work properly, but yes.
So now you have to watch it and you have to know. You have to let
Yeah,
it
now I
is
know
it
you're gonna
too
watch
late?
it. 'Cause you'd be like, I
Yeah.
gotta see what it is.
I'll have to watch it like this weekend or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've got to now save money for, first, last, and security,
That's true.
because I'll get all this money back. But I mean, I pay a little over 1,200 here.
Yeah.
Expensive even for a student.
Just
But
shows
you're
you
in
how
St.
expensive
Pete
Denver
Rents
is.
are
location.
crazy in Florida.
Yeah.
Though.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a 15-minute walk from one of the most beautiful beaches on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
So
Are you?
Yeah. Location.
That
Location.
whole area over there is beautiful.
oh, I love it. I've lived here. May will be 3 years. I've lived in this apartment, and it's the longest I've ever lived in an apartment.
Yeah.
I normally rent houses and stuff. I mean, well, back when rent was cheaper, but I mean,
Yeah,
I
really.
can't even. I could buy a house, but I wouldn't be able to do I'd get a 2-1 house, and I'm like, I'm not buying a 2-1.
Not when you travel all the time. It's not worth it.
No, well, I have friends that come down and visit me here, and we stay in my apartment, but it's tight because I put a twin air mattress on the floor, and then my friends will get the bed. I had a baby in here for a week.
Oh my God.
And
that apartment's seen everything.
Oh,
that apartment has seen it all.
Yeah, I slept 5 people in here once. It was rough.
That's insane. Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you are getting your 2-1 so you can have more room for your gaming and for visitations with all the friends.
Yes.
The 4 monitors can duplicate into 6. Maybe get crazy and be like 8.
What if I just get like a projector for my work? Like, could you imagine an Excel spreadsheet on like a projector screen?
It's like 400 size
awesome.
font. Like I can just take my glasses off. I don't have to use them to see anything.
Right, No, the
Magnify.
blue light. Still got to block the blue light.
Oh, that's true. You can get just blue light glasses then.
Yeah, but these aren't. These are real glasses.
Oh yeah, I know that. I have real glasses too, but I'm cheap and I don't put the blue light on them, so I swap them out when I'm at work.
Oh my God, girl, go to Zenny.
I know. That's where I had to
get
these last minute because my other glasses fucking broke, and I had to
I got
rush
4
order
pairs.
them.
I got 4 pairs of regular glasses and a pair of prescription sunglasses for $250.
I know.
Yeah, I got 2 pair, both with like the anti-reflective coating and everything, and it was like $40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
Yeah, these were like 35.
I mean, I pretty much.
And it's because I got a rush order on them.
Yeah.
It
sucks being blind.
I agree with you.
It does.
Being blind.
It sucks. It sucks being blind. So
that's what I did with my money from the challenge. I got LASIK. I'm still in fucking glasses.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Well, this eye, my left eye's good. My right eye's kind of going, but it's not bad enough to get it redone again. So,
well, fuck that.
And I don't want to wear one contact.
That would be weird. You like one eyesight slightly better than the other eyeball.
I wear one for up close and one for distance.
That's what my mom does.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Because I'm not wearing reading glasses.
No cheaters for you?
No
cheaters.
Sam, the moment I started needing them, I was like, nope. Give me the contact.
Like, I'm gonna take a contact.
All right.
Stay as young as I can, as long as possible.
Right.
I love it.
Well, Sam, thank you again so much for talking to us. Like I said, once I get this posted, we will tag you in the Instagram post, the Twitter post, so hopefully you can share. Thank you to everybody who's been listening, and until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.